Hi y'all, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Sims speed build. Today I am going to be in San Myshuno doing a little apartment renovation, just a single bedroom, single bathroom apartment. I finally got City Living. PlayStation was doing an amazing deal. I got City Living, I got Vampires, and I got, what was it? Vintage Glamor. That was it. I got those three for super duper cheap, so I'm going to be implementing a lot of those elements into this build. I really loved the stuff that we came with Vintage Glamor. I didn't think that I really would, but I use a lot of I use a lot of stuff in this build, especially the gold accented stuff. I thought it would look really cool with some grays and whites, and I especially loved the tile that was already in this apartment when I started to renovate it. So I hope you guys enjoy what I've put together for you today. It's my first apartment build, so bear with me if it's a little bit off. I ended up liking the way that it turned out, but I ended up placing that subway tile in the kitchen to start out, and I go with these sort of these rustic sort of industrial cabinets. They came with base game, I'm pretty sure. They're really cool. I don't use them very often. They usually don't fit in with the kind of style that I do, but I thought it kind of worked for this sort of apartment style build that I put together. I tried to do sort of a cabinet, like a circular bar type deal, but it ended up not working. But I put that right there, and I thought it was a nice end into the cabinet, putting in some appliances, fridge, stove, all that good stuff. And I'm going to start putting in some cabinets on the top. I feel like the swatches for these cabinets, the only issue I have is that the ones that I'm putting in right now, that swatch is not the same as the one that I put in on the bottom. It's not the black one, and the one below is like the white sort of deal. I ended up leaving it with the white so it would all match, but wasn't necessarily my favorite look for those top cabinets. But I mean, I think it works. I don't think it looks bad by any means. So just putting together a little bit more on the kitchen, putting in a microwave and a coffee maker, and just a few little decorations. I didn't want to go too crazy with the decorations. Number one, because it's such a small kitchen. I don't want to, I don't want it to seem too cluttered, especially for the type of kind of modern-ish style that I was going for. So I kind of kept it to, kind of a bare minimum. I'm also playing around with some of the City Living stuff that we got. I really enjoy. This is an old pack, so I'm not speaking to people who haven't seen it before. But it was really cool. I was really happy with what came with it. There was me playing around with the gold partition. I really wanted to use it, but I decided against it. This apartment originally was a studio, and I changed it to a closed off bedroom. I don't know how I feel about studios, especially the way this one was originally put up. It was kind of, I don't know, it didn't feed very well. So I just decided to leave the living room and the kitchen its own space and give the bedroom its own room in the corner. But I put some art in the kitchen, and I was working on putting a dining table in. Now I keep this dining table and I keep those chairs, but I ended up moving it to that other wall right there. There we go. And putting in sort of like a desk area where I did have it. I didn't like it being sort of stuck in the corner like that. I didn't feel like it really worked. So I ended up moving it over here by those tiles, and I put that gold sun in there because my whole goal was to be a little bit gold accented. So I put that sun over there in the kitchen, and this clock, oh my goodness, I want to use it all the time. It's so cool. It comes in so many different colors. Absolutely love it. So you're going to be seeing that quite a bit. Just put in a little fruit bowl, and then I'm going to move over and start on the desk. Now, I wish we had more smaller desks. I feel like they're all massive, or I don't know, that small one that did come with City Living, I also didn't care for how tall it was. So I went with this sort of modern looking one with, I toy around a ton with the desk chairs, but I ended up going with the Rolly basic game chair for this desk, and I give them a computer, a really nice computer. I imagine that one of the Sims that lives here is sort of techie, works from home, and so he's gonna have like a nice little area to do his work in. But I just put in a little bit of clutter, a little bit of artwork. That rug, I believe that one came with Vintage Glamor. I can't remember. I'm still getting used to all the new stuff, but I really like that circle rug. I think it looks really cool and matches the clock that I'm so in love with. But here I am trying to find some pieces of art that work with the color scheme and that don't look too random and just kind of placed there, but going through the clutter items to try to find some stuff to work on this Sims desk. I do imagine the couple that lives here is really young, really professional. They're just sort of starting out in the city, but they both got, you know, decent jobs, enough to afford them a nice, you know, modern place like this. Now, this build, I believe, is in the Fashion District, if I'm not mistaken. I can't exactly remember, but I'm pretty sure that this is in the Fashion District. I'm really excited to dig into city living more and kind of play around with the different neighborhoods. I've also not really had a chance to explore myself lately. I've not really been playing much with Sims. It's been more builds. So I'm really excited to dig into San Myshuno and see what all is happening. I love to watch speed builds of apartments. They're so fascinating to me, and it takes away a lot of the stress of building together a floor plan, which is probably my least favorite part, is trying to figure out how the rooms go together. And it's probably the thing I need to work on the most. But here I am placing, I can't tell if it's a lion or a dog, but I don't think I've ever used that item before, but I thought it kind of worked. And I'm going to move on to the living room. Now, I decided to go with this base game couch, and I believe it's a base game chair, and I decided to use the coffee table from Vintage Glamor. You're going to see me mess around with it a little bit. I wanted it to be a little larger to kind of fill the space out, so I try to combine two of them together here in a second, but it ends up just kind of twitching, and I didn't really care for it. But yeah, there I'm trying to figure out which chairs I'm going to use, and yeah, you can't really see in this sped up version, but it was really, really glitchy, and it just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, so I ended up getting rid of that second one and keeping the original size that it was. But it took me a little bit to get the feel of this living room. I wanted a nice table. I ended up going with the base game simple TV, you know, entertainment center. I couldn't find one that I really liked that didn't look, I don't know, it didn't draw too much attention to it, if that makes any sense. Whenever I do like more modern homes or modern builds like this, I tend to overdo it with the, you know, the crazy furniture, and that's not really what I wanted to do here. I wanted it to look clean, I wanted it to look simple, but I didn't want it to look too overboard. I did do some layering in those rugs. I love both of those rugs. They both look so cool to me. I think they work really, really well with this style. And this style is not one that I usually do a lot. I tend to do more rustic, you know, very simple, think laundry day. Those are the kind of builds that I really enjoy doing the most. That's mostly my style. But from time to time, especially when I get new packs, it's really fun to kind of play around with the new stuff that I've been given and try to make it work and make it look like, you know, a really cute little apartment. But I'm placing those, I placed that bookshelf and I placed that light fixture on top of it. I ended up getting rid of it, but I thought it looks really cool. I want to try to find a place where I can use that and it looks like it's supposed to be there. It was not working for that bookshelf, so I ended up getting rid of it. Put that really cool little elephant bookend ordeal over there on the side table with that cool lamp, and I was struggling to find something nice to go on the coffee table. I tried different statues and things, but I think I ended up going with just some simple candles and really just kind of leaving this living room pretty free. I do put some plants here and there just to kind of fill in the corners and make it seem a little bit more homey, but I don't go too over the top with it. Yeah, just trying to put some things around that would make it look really nice. Put some doors in over here. I realized that they would need some doors. And the bedroom. I'm not super happy with this bedroom. I don't think I enjoy the gray sort of stucco swatch that I went with. I do end up keeping it, but I also made the bedroom a little bit, it makes it look very small, and it's already small enough. Like, they don't have any windows in there, and I don't know, maybe this apartment is meant to be a studio. Maybe I just went and messed it up, but I think it looks pretty nice. I did go with the Vintage Glamor bed and the Vintage Glamor dresser with the little gold accents. I just thought it was really cool, and I love that lamp. I borrowed it from out in the living room. And I put some artwork on the wall. Since there's just a lack of windows, I wanted to make it look, you know, like sort of lived in and sort of cozy, even though there's no natural light. Love that faux fur rug. Put that in there. And I also end up putting those mirrors on the opposite wall just to kind of make it look a little bit more spacious. But it ends up looking pretty clean, pretty standard for a bedroom. I didn't want to go overboard, especially with the amount of space that I was working with. But I was kind of struggling to find artwork that fit this style, I guess. I want more artwork that is like, I love those vintage pieces of the actresses, and I would really love to like more stuff like that. We've got some, but the colors are always so bold that they don't necessarily go with what I'm doing. So I've kept it to kind of a minimum, but I would love to see some more large pieces of artwork that come in a few more color swatches, or just more neutral tones, I guess. If you're going for something super colorful, then it's great. But I did add some floating shelves, put some plants and that little cat statue and a couple of portraits and things up on the walls. I love floating shelves. I use them a lot in this build. I use them a lot in a lot of builds, but especially here. And then just choosing some artwork to go over the bed. I ended up going with that one. I thought it looked pretty modern. And then put a couple plants in the corner again, and then I'm going to move on to the bathroom. The bathroom I love. I think the bathroom turned out really well. I used this shower curtain, or this shower with the black and the gold, which I'll probably never use again. It's not something that I normally go for, but I thought it really, really looked awesome in here. I went with the same sort of cabinet or a countertop for the sink, put the sink in there, and added this amazing gold mirror. I love it. I love it so, so much. And just adding a few little accents in here to the bathroom, black and gold towel. I've got the little gold toilet paper holder, and like I said, I don't go too crazy in this teeny tiny bathroom, but added the faux fur rug again. I thought it looked really good. I'm really, really pleased with this little bathroom. And hang up a couple of robes, and tried to use that thing from Parenthood. The colors did not work at all, so I ended up switching it out for something else to go over the top of the toilet. There we go, that black sort of cabinet type thing. I really like how that looks. And I do go with a little canvas on the side. And then I'm going to be just heading out to the entryway, which is pretty much the end of this little apartment build. Add a piece of artwork, and I think I add a shoe rack and a coat rack and a big mirror in the front to kind of make the space look a little bit bigger. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little apartment redo. Let me know down in the comments what you'd like me to do next. Do you have a challenge that you like to see? Do you have any sort of favorite lot that you like to see, or any world? Which world is your favorite? Just let me know down in the comments. I want to do stuff that you all want to watch and are interested in. So anyway, yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I will hopefully see you soon. Bye guys.